We got two special releases from Jack Daniel's, guys. You won't want to miss this video. Welcome back to Capitol Bourbon, everyone. My name is Steven. On today's extra special video, we got a banger for you guys today. We're reviewing two of Jack Daniel's special release barrels here. Absolutely fantastic bottles. This one here on my right here is a special release, twice barreled Tennessee Rye whiskey, coming in at 100 proof here. This one here is a 2023 special release, and I have actually heard some fantastic things about this bottle. A lot of people say this is one of their favorite ryes, and definitely one of their favorite Jack Daniel's ryes. And you know, this one did come out in 2023 here. On the neck label, it does say when it was barreled and when it was bottled. So let's go ahead and look at this. It says that it's bottling, it says that first entry barrel date here was March of 2015, and then the bottling date was September of 2023. So if my math puts that right, it's about 8.5 years old there. Yeah, so 8.5 years old there, I believe. So that's a pretty old bottle here for Jack Daniel's Rye, and you know, it's pretty dark, booted. So yeah, definitely a pretty good looking bottle of whiskey here. So I'm pretty excited to crack this one open and finally try it here. It's been sitting on my shelves for a while. I did get this bottle up here in Michigan. I got it for a pretty good deal. I believe I paid around $200 for it, with a bundle, of course. So you know, I had to buy a couple extra bottles there to grab this bottle at a decent price. I know it's higher than MSRP, which I believe came in around 70 to 80 bucks. But you know, you can't find these really anymore on the shelves. So for that price, I was happy to spend the money and actually try this one out. And on my left here, we got one that I usually do not go for here. This is the Jack Daniel's twice barreled American Single Malt whiskey, coming at 106.9 proof here. You know, I'm not particularly a huge fan of American Single Malts. This is actually the second bottle I actually own. I know they can be quite polarizing and pretty dense, pretty chocolatey, something completely different from a bourbon. So I'm excited to finally try this one and see how it is. On the neck label here, let's see what it does say here. It says that the barrel entry doesn't actually say that here. Interesting. Okay. The bottling date on this one is October of 2022, but it doesn't say on the neck label here when it was entered into the barrel. So we don't know the age here on this one unless it says on the neck tag here, which it doesn't. However, it's a special release from 100% malted barley, charcoal mellowed and twice barreled in American charred oak barrels, and finished in finest seasoning Oloroso sherry casks. So yeah, this one's quite interesting here, the single malt. I did get this one on auction site on Unicorn Auctions. Honestly, I forget what I paid for this, but this one I think is significantly cheaper than any of the other Jack Daniel's special releases. I think this one's probably going for around 150 bucks that you can find regularly on the secondary markets, and they're actually quite common given that this one is also only in 2022. So, you know, I'm super excited for these bottles. I have not tried any of these before. I hear great things about both of them really here. So let's not go ahead and delay the inevitable anymore. Let's give these bottles a fresh crack here, see how they are on the nose, give them a taste, and give them a rating here. Before we get into it, guys, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. That helps the channel grow significantly. It helps me continue to make content for you guys and continue to do these reviews here. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'll pop on the rye. Lackluster there, pretty soft. I'll pop on the American Single Malt. Again, pretty soft. All right, guys, we got both our glasses poured up. Of course, on the right, we got the Tennessee Rye. On our left here, we got the American Single Malt. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the special release rye here, just because it's at a lower proof. And honestly, if the single malt here is really that strong and chocolatey, I do not want to ruin my palate. So yes, go ahead and start here on the rye. The rye is pretty dark in color, definitely above average. I wouldn't say anything super dark, but definitely well above average there in terms of darkness, which, you know, darkness usually means more richer, deeper, complex flavors. So let's go ahead and see how it is on the nose. It smells great, really. Honestly, fantastic. It does remind me of the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof ryes out there. Getting a lot of char, a lot of brown sugar, a lot of sweetness, a lot of caramel there on the nose. It smells really delicious, honestly. To make my mouth water, just smell this one. That's how good it is. Yeah, lots of sweetness, hints of cherry there, maybe a little bit on the rye, you know, typical rye, dill, mint. Getting that a little bit here on the nose. You can definitely tell it's a rye though, which is pretty good though. I'm not complaining about that. Let's go ahead and see how it is on the palate. That's pretty good, guys. You're getting a lot more oakiness, a lot more charness on this one than you would get on the single barrel proof ryes. I think definitely that just has to do for the age of this guy. It's pretty drinkable too, the proof at 100, compared to a lot of the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof ryes, which comes at 130 and above. Those drink a little bit hotter. This guy drinks a lot lower proof and a lot better and a lot smoother, for lack of a better word there. We can actually enjoy the flavors a little bit more here. It kind of brings out, I think, a lot of expressions that you don't get in the normal off-the-shelf barrel proof ryes there. So this one's really good, fantastic. It's really sweet too. You're getting a lot of cherry there as well and brown sugar. Let's give it one more try. Yeah, the age is definitely coming through this one a lot more. It's definitely a lot more oaky, a lot more punchy in that regards, a lot more kind of older, dusty tasting. Not dusty, but you can just tell there's a lot more age on there, really. So yeah, this one's great. I'm not getting that classic Jack Daniels, peanut or, some people say banana flavors and smelling this one. Definitely a lot of oak and, not too much fruit as well. Mainly just a lot of deep oak there and a lot of complexities in that regard. But yeah, no fruit on this one, really. No banana, no peanut. It's quite delicious. Let's get one more sip. That's good. I could finish that glass right there, right now, if I wanted to. Pretty fantastic. Really easy to come and drink this one. So this one is pretty special, and it is a special release here. So that's great. I think this one here, for the MSRP, I think it's absolutely worth it. If you can still find it for that, which you probably can't, definitely pick it up. But for this one, for the price point, 80 bucks, that's well worth it. And the finish on this one is mild. It's not long. It's not really viscous in the mouthfeel, but I think the flavors definitely make up for all of that. For this one, I think it's fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 86 here. I think it's well above average and punching up to some of that upper echelons of bourbons and rye whiskeys out there. But it's just missing, I think, on that extra proof point and on the mouthfeel, the finish there. But for being an older rye here, I think it's delivering well above its price point. So, and I think it's absolutely fantastic and well punching above that. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one here an 86. All right, and now let's go ahead and move over here to the single malt, which I think is a little bit darker in color. I can't really tell exactly here, but yeah, it's pretty dark in color. A little bit on the redder side too, which I'm not familiar with single malts if they're supposed to be a little bit redder, but yeah, the color there is pretty good. Let's go ahead and see how it is on the nose. Wow, okay. Yeah, definitely a bunch of chocolate on this one. Smells like a handful of milk chocolate duds or something like that. Really, really good. Milk chocolate, vanilla. It's like a chocolate milkshake with marshmallows, actually. That smell on the nose is really, really good. It smells like a straight dessert. Straight chocolate mousse, vanilla, dessert, marshmallows on top. Great. Yeah, lots of vanilla, lots of vanilla. The nose on this is actually intoxicating. Given the nose, I would probably say this is a dessert whiskey. It smells that good and that sweet. It smells almost finished, like it was spiked with vanilla extract or something like that, or some chocolate too. Oh, really intoxicating. Okay, let's see how it is on the palate. Hopefully the palate is as good as the nose was. I'm not getting a bunch of maltiness. Hints of maltiness there on the very end, but really I'm getting a lot of peanut chocolatey flavors on this one. Milk chocolate flavors, nothing super dark, super rich, but a lot of light vanilla and milk chocolate flavors on this. Really, really good. You do again get that maltiness at the end, but it's nothing off-putting. I think this one is a shocker for me. It's surprising. I might have to pick up a backup of this. I think this one's super interesting and super different. And if you're a bourbon drinker, rye drinker, a whiskey drinker, you are gonna like this one. It's not, again, malted that much. And I think it's really good and really pleasant for a beginner like me for a single malt, especially American Single Malt. Yeah, honestly, on that second sip, it really tastes like a rye. Not really malty at all. Kind of tastes like this one, but just with that extra richness of chocolate, of vanilla there. No fruit on this one too. Not much oak, maybe a hint of oak there on the very end, but yeah, not much oak, not much tannic, just a lot of chocolate, vanilla on this one, and that's basically it, honestly. I think it's pretty good. This one definitely is a specialty or a niche bourbon though, or sorry, not bourbon, but American Single Malt. Not something you would bring out to a party and expect everyone that likes, whiskey and bourbon to drink. It's definitely more niche there, and you have to kind of warn people, hey, this one's a little different, this one's a little special, but I think a lot of people enjoy this one too. I really like it. Drinks higher in proof too there a little bit. It is, I believe, 6.9 proof points. Yeah, higher than this one on the right, but drinks like a little bit higher than that, maybe like 10 proof points higher. So I would say this one drinks probably around 110, 112. But yeah, that's fantastic. It's really good, and I recommend it. Even if you do have to pay a little bit over there at MSRP, I think it's well worth it, and really good pickup here. And for my rating on this one's super unique. I think it's really good. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 84. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. However, you're just getting a lot of chocolate, a lot of vanilla, and a little bit of oak there, and that's basically it. There's not too much depthness in there or complexity. It is rich, don't get me wrong, it is rich, but it's just, getting those kind of notes only, and that's basically it. So for me, it's more like a dessert wine than like something I would rather drink to start the night or on a regular night like that. So yeah, I think this was pretty good. Definitely well above average there. You can tell it's a very quality bourbon there. So I'm gonna give this one an 84. All right, guys, and that does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this review and this content here of these Jack Daniel's special releases. I definitely enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed trying them and reviewing them for you guys. Without further ado, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That helps us grow significantly. Happy holidays, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.